Alrighty. Welcome back. It is going to be some Sublunaris dev time. It is Friday. I'm doing some nice underwater mechanics. I actually exported everything to a separate Trello board. That is not a very fitting background though. What the heck? Let's see. Hold on a sec. Underwater. What do we have for underwater? Can we get some underwater? Wow, that's a big background. Sure. Actually, that could work. Alright, so what is it that we're trying to do today? Got a list. New vessel design. This would be the human race vessel design, so to speak. See how that turns out, because we want to make sure that our system is dynamic enough to allow the inventory and the controls and everything to just be easily portable to the various vessels. Resource collection pooling tool and then resource auto pooler. These will be two separate tools that the player can craft. And these are attached. We need to, oh yeah, you know what? Make vessel tools smaller. It's going to be right at the top there. Inventory, tool, hotbar for player, exosuit, desktop, and VR. Okay, so this is kind of a tricky one because I want to make it like desktop, joystick, VR compatible. So there's like 3 input methods that I got to think about, and controller likely. I want to make sure that the systems aren't just lackluster. I don't want them to be to feel like, oh, this was a desktop game with VR tacked onto it, or I don't want to make it feel like, oh, it's like a joystick game with what is it, like desktop stuff tacked onto it, or controller stuff tacked onto it. I wanted to make the mechanics be cross-usable, so to speak. So, what I'm thinking is developing the player's inventory in a way that, that is compatible with all methods. And I think I'm going to use a separate viewport for the player's inventory and just render out the output into a flat texture and display it in front of the player in like all modes of playback, like controllers, VR, and whatnot. The inventory system that we have already put into the vessel, I suppose, is okay to stay, but I would really like to have something that is more universal. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the inventory that we have put into the vessel be only meant for, say, tools. Okay? It's only going to be meant for tools. The resources are going to be stored into just a generic inventory, which will basically make like a modular inventory case or chest. We'll just tack it onto the ship as an add-on object, and any sort of resources that the player acquires will be stored into that chest. Now this means that the inventory that we've put into the ship, so far the vessel is going to be only for tools. That's going to be the important thing. What we have in the ship is only for tools. Okay? Any sort of resources or items are going to go into they're going to go into a chest or the player's own inventory. Of course the player would have to get out to be able to use it. But let's start with this list, I suppose. So let's start with making the tools of appropriate scale. Right now, if we take a look at the vessel, Hey. We all know which Project Distant likes to watch. Only drops in on the Sublunaris streams. Not late again. Nice. Well, it's also because I'm, bright and early. Okay, let's get a tool here. So we're gonna do. What are we gonna do? What is it? Mining laser. That thing is huge. Absolutely freaking enormous. Okay, so we need this to be at least what? Half the size? Iron, good day. Yeah. Okay, did we make the laser in Blender 3 or 4? I actually cannot remember. The parents don't need to know I'm awake. Got it. Alright, so, Sublunaris, assets, models. What do we got? Tools. Okay, we got Spotlight and Omnilight. I think the vessel is what contains the tools. Yep. There we go. Okay, let's try this. Save as. Actually, yeah, that's fine. We're gonna do save as. Tools. Mining laser. As I'm working on this, I'm coming up with ideas, so I'm gonna keep writing them down. So player must acquire a compatibility upgrade to be able to use Earth Tech or Earth Tools, ETH tools on local vessels. So if you make a tool, like a mining tool or collector, you have to first acquire a means of making the tools compatible. Okay, so let's name the planet ETH. Geez. Assets, models, tools. Yes, so this is mining laser. Sure. Miner is okay. Now, why is that much smaller here? Hold on a sec. This is way smaller here. Okay. Engine models, tools. Oh, okay. What the heck? Oh, mining laser is in here for some reason. Okay, let's pop it in here. Open up this. Okay, we can get rid of this one. Yeah, that's way smaller. What the heck? Is the orientation correct, however? That's important to figure out. So it's doing Z forward. I think it's going to be backwards right now. Let's give it a test. Okay. This looks familiar. Function get node base nil. Weapon tool weapon ray. I am running the wrong scene. Okay, or not. Fascinating. Oh, right. That makes sense. I left the thing in the vessel. Tips really help with the zoom. Yeah, I think the smooth transitioning is what helps you with avoiding jitterness, because you can't really be incrementing by even something as small as 0.2. It's really got to be like something a lot smaller. Okay, so yeah, we can't look at the moment. Oh, right. So we have the tool, but I can't go. That's okay. Hotbar previous next. I suppose maybe I detached it. Interface next button. Okay, so interface next button, interface previous button. Nice. There we go. So we'll do attachment 1. And it is backwards. Let's apply rotation, apply scale. Nice. Okay, that's looking a lot better. Liking the new UI. Talking about this thing at the bottom. I'm gonna reduce the size of it so it's not too intrusive. Come on. Okay. Now, where is the actual tool gonna show up? Okay, that's smaller, but it's still too far away. Also, these are some very fast particles. Where the hell are they? Just gonna quickly tone that down. Yep, good progress from the last time we watched. Okay, I think that was last week. We made some interesting features. Let's take the, whoa, that is not in the right place at all. It's this node that I need to move. Needs to be close to the vessel. More or less. Also, it's, they're all rotated by 180 degrees because of the whole compensation thing. So you know what? Let's make our own life a little bit easier. Okay, so that's good. And then, whoops, come on, go away. Go away, I don't want you. Go away. RZ 180. Apply Control A, apply rotation, and then export. Okay, there we go. That's looking good. I suppose we're just gonna position this here. All these things get moved anyways, but I kind of want to make sure everything's in the right orientation. Okay, perfect. Copy value, paste value. So it's the same exact position, except on the other side. Okay. Let's place a mining laser in here as well. Oh, actually, attachment 1, attachment 2 is actually supposed to be down here. Underneath one of these windows. And then attachment 3 is this one here. And then attachment 4 is actually attachment 2, but also flipped. Okay. I guess that's fine. Let's give that a quick test. Okay. So I guess the code, the original code, was correct on the orientation side. Okay, so Z, negative. Tween property. Position Z. Okay. This is the final position. Where do we spawn or instantiate the object? Okay, we get attach. This is where we get the attachment. Get child 0. This gets the attachment. Current tool. Okay. I guess we're gonna take a look. Remove the tool from the target. This doesn't seem quite right. Okay. Remove this tool, if it's already. Remove the tool from the target attachment point. And then we instantiate. And then we do -5. Yes, okay, so these ones go away to -5. And these ones start at -5. And they go to 0. Okay. There we go. Every time I have to wait. Yeah, I agree. But, you know, this is a project that I work on solo by myself, so I have to give the projects that I work with other people higher priority. There we go. Okay, never mind. What the heck? Right. Right. The problem is that our entire coordinate system is incorrect. Okay, we don't need the vessel. Delete hierarchy. Delete hierarchy. Okay, so backwards Y is the forward in Blender. So I just need to remember that. If I go to vessel, backwards Y is the forward. okay. I don't see anything wrong with this. So why is it when we use the facing, it looks in the wrong direction? Interesting. Hmm. I think we use look at, but it might be in the tool. Do we use look at here? Raycast colliding. Yeah, we do use look at. Hmm. Okay. Fascinating. Godot forward is Z plus, which makes sense. But when I export, so let me just do a quick thing. So mining laser is here. Control panel is technically also here. We need to keep that. We don't need to keep the rest of it. Delete hierarchy. Okay. So when we export the vessel from the Blender file this way, that's Y negative. Okay. I'm just gonna export for good measure, even though we don't technically have to. So assets models, this goes to engine, models, vessels. Okay, cool. Export it out. And then here, the Numa vessel is facing forward Z. Okay, that is forward Z. Good. Now if we take a look at the mining laser, it is also forward Z. Unless we don't have rotation. The body is perfectly fine. Okay, so that's forward Z. The object is facing in the correct orientation. There's no rotation anywhere. And then when we do look at, it's doing the whole object, which is this guy. When we run the game now, okay, we're gonna enter. We're gonna select the drill, and then we're gonna attach. Okay, so now it seems to be working. I changed literally nothing. Although, hold on, there's no collision. Like, there's nothing to laser at. There we go. Okay. And now it's backwards. So, is it Z forward? Is Z plus the forward direction? I don't flippin' think so. We have the look at command. Okay. Rotates the node so that the local forward axis, negative Z. See, Godot forward is not Z. Yeah, negative Z is forward. So that means in here, it is correct. But that's so goddamn confusing. Like, why? I know the whole right-handed thing, but it's just, it's messed up. Because it's OpenGL, why can't you have forward Z and whatever? Okay. So, anyways, so I gotta rotate this by 180 on the Z-axis. Apply rotation. Like, I know we've had this discussion before. I remember it. It's just, it's so annoying. Engine, models, and then we do tools, binding laser. Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. Okay, so yeah, so it's forward Z is forward axis is negative Z, but if it's the forward axis, then you know what? I should also make the vessel face the same direction if I want the facing to be correct. This is going to okay, so RZ 180. This is gonna wreak so much havoc on literally everything. Okay, so we're gonna take the 3D cursor, set it to world origin, RZ 180. Oh, why are you okay, hold on. I'm just gonna take this, convert to mesh, and then I'm gonna take this, convert to mesh, join. Yeah, that's fine. Yo! Good day. Alright, I think that's fine. Let's export. Engine, models. Got a small question. Hit me. Vessels. Godot. Export. Alright, so now the vessel is facing that way, which means it's gonna appear facing backwards here, but because that is the forward direction, I guess that's fine. Okay, where's the collision shape? Collision shapes, hello? Do we not see them? Vessel enter hatch. Oh, we didn't export it, did we? Yeah, we did. What's this thing called? Collision shape mesh. Vessel 1, collision shape mesh, it's invisible. Simplified collision. And then I'm going to take that simplified collision, just take it out, put it up here. Alright, now, this undoubtedly is going to mess up my animation. The walking animation. Enter vessel. Let's see. Where's the node? Player attachment. Right. Here's what we can do. I can take a node 3D, I think. Node 3D. We can put the player attachment into the node 3D. Let's call it player attachment origin. Origin. And then player attachment. Did this get updated? Please tell me it did. That would be awesome. Yeah, it did. Nice. Okay, so it automatically updated, which means I can rotate this by 180. And we will only have to do this in this animation, I think. And then, please tell me it's good. Yep. Okay, so that's back to normal. And I guess that's fine. What the heck? I just saw the question disappear. What happened? Dude's like, oh man, there's not answer the question right away. Just delete it. Or I don't know, the moderators thing just kicked in. What was the question? This looks upside down. That does look upside down. Okay. I guess that's not really what we want. It has to be a simplified collision shape. So, hey, it's snowing. I guess that's the best we're gonna get. So we'll work with it for now. Nice. Okay. That's fine. So I suppose everything is kind of out of whack now, though. This is gonna go... Aw, man. Everything has got to go negative now. The raycast. Attachment nodes. Let's use global axis. I think we could just rotate this 180. Hello. Is that DJ Khalid? Mining laser. Okay. I think that rotation has actually worked. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. We might have to move it into positive Z now. You know, that whole tool equipping thing. Yep. Yep. Okay. And then this thing needs to start at positive. And that should be it. That's not in the right direction. 180 degrees. Position this here. What else is messed up? This. Which, to be honest, I might move the actual node. Player enter placeholder and placeholder start. Sure. I think these are just temporary nodes. We'll get the vessel. Resources. Shake curve. Oh, you know what? This used to be an export. I suppose it's fine for it to be an export because different vessels will likely have a different shake curve. So I don't know why I decided to not make it just an export of the vessel itself. Particle origin. That is always in front of the vessel. Control panel. All right, let's see how messed up this whole thing is. Okay, so I guess we're no longer facing it right away, conveniently. And we crash. Why did we crash? Player attachment remote path. Player attachment node is now located inside of this node. There are a number of places where we talk to it. You can see we're using the end. And here we clear it. Cool. You know what? I'm gonna adjust the level so that we actually do still start looking at it. So for the player interaction, we're gonna have to figure out a way to make it VR friendly, or VR taking advantage of the VR mechanics, desktop friendly, and I suppose like we're gonna need to figure out a bunch of stuff. I need to push this a little bit further. Okay, at least now we can see everything. Attachment. Okay, so that's what it looks like when it's negative. Where do we attach the tool? Okay. Well, that's curious. Positive should have been further back, shouldn't it? Hold on a sec. Oh, 180 is still here. Hey, I suppose this is going to fix it now. Since the vessel is now facing in the appropriate forward direction, we don't have to turn around the origin points by 180. Okay. And then when we... Oh, looks like my mouse is inverted. Yep, that's looking good. Beautiful. All right. Oh. Oh no. Everything's inverted. Right. Okay. Son of a gun, everything's inverted. We're gonna have to fix that up. Okay, this is the mouse motion. This is up and down. Let's see. Let's fix the mouse first. Okay. Getting in. Okay, so left is left, right is right, down is up. So that's this one. Bases.y. I guess that's why I had to set it to negative all these years. Invert the up and down, or left and right, because I was working with the wrong axis this whole time. Nope. Left and right was correct. They both have to be negative. Okay, down and then up. Beautiful. Okay, so event.relative.x, relative.y. That's good. What about joystick? I doubt joystick is correctly oriented. Okay, so right. So that's up, that's down. Let's get in the vessel. Up, down, left and right is okay. Up, down is not. And then roll left and roll right are not okay. I assume, yeah, roll left and roll right are also not okay with the keyboard. Okay. Look up, look left, right angle. If you are idle, look left, right button, look right button. That's camera. Movement, we'll figure that out afterward. Let's do looking. So up and down here. So I guess this would be positive minus down, up, left, right, roll, roll. Roll is incorrect, so that's the z-axis. So it's going to be positive, negative. I suppose everything has fallen into place. Down, up, left, right, left, right. Okay, now that's backwards, that's forward. I believe we should be able to pause. And then we can return back to the engine. So that's Z movement. So once again, looks like we have to do this. And I assume plus negative. Strafe right, strafe left. That might be an issue as well. So continue. Oh. Strafe right, strafe left. Okay, that's backwards and forward. Okay, it doesn't seem like the code could be updated while the game is paused. Oh, that's fine. Forward, backward. Okay, right, left. So this would be x-axis. Let me double check this. Suppose this one gotta get inverted. Right, left. Right, left. Forward, backward. Down, up. Please, down, up is fine. Okay, cool. Now, what about keyboard? Keyboard and mouse. Left. Oh, right. This one's fine. Although, is it? Left, right, backward, forward, roll. Cool. Okay, now, what about the player? Is the player oriented correctly? That's forward. Negative is forward. And that's forward, negative. Yeah, player's oriented correctly, so good. Cheesums. Okay, perfect. So now that we've done this, we can go back here and we can figure out the sizing of everything. Assets, models, tools. We have mining laser. Let's do this. I'm gonna copy this sucker, and then we're gonna open Spotlight. Oh yeah. Reference. Lock it up so we can't select it. Oh yeah, that got messed up. Okay. But Blender uses Vulkan. Uh, could be. What the? Overwrite file with an old Blender version. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Okay, maybe that's not fine. They're planning a move to Vulkan. Didn't they pause Vulkan? Or was that they paused node geometry nodes and I think Vulkan as well in favor of some other stuff. The developer of the useful quick menu plugin was really disappointed about that. Okay. Okay, you know what? If this was done in Blender 4, then I guess I'll just open it in Blender 4. Replacing OpenGL backend with Vulkan. Got it. Tools, mining laser, spotlight. Okay. Let's make it a rule. For this project, we're working exclusively in Blender 4. So we avoid that whole problem. Okay, once again, copy this. It's going to be used as a reference. It'll be slightly smaller than the laser. Apply rotation, apply scale, and let's get this exported. Models, tools, spotlight. I don't know where I saved the other spotlight. I think it might have been saved into the vessels as well. Tools. Where's my spotlight? Did I save it to the right place? Nope. Yes. Yes. There it is. Okay. Vessel, mining laser. Don't need this. That's not what we need. We need spotlight. Yeah. Okay, and then what the heck? Oh yeah, we didn't select only visible. Or the Godot export, for that matter. Okay, now this one's facing Z positive. Yeah, or Z negative. That's good. Alright, the last one would be Omnilight. So I'm gonna copy, I guess I still have it in the memory. We're gonna go open the Omnilight blend, paste it in, move to collection reference. Make sure it's not selectable. And then let's scale this across the 3D cursor. Also smaller than the laser. We're gonna export this. Omnilight, Godot export. Nice. Omnilight is more Well, like an Omnilight in Godot, it provides the light source for the whole surrounding area, but it's not very distant light. Spotlight is what you would use in like caves if you want to traverse a very deep chasm or deep cave, and you need to see ahead, essentially. How to get the Godot export preset thingy. Oh, I just made it. The export preset is quite literally just checking only visible objects, so you don't have to like select only the stuff you want to export. It's just going to export whatever's visible. And also, this is like my personal preference, but I usually make placeholders for materials instead of export because like Blender materials are fuck all useful in Godot because you can't change them, you can't add textures to them. It's completely pointless. You have to make it unique, but if you're gonna make it unique, shit, just make the material in the engine, right? So that like you could also disable like all this stuff, skinning and shape keys, and then you just save that as a preset. So I don't have to keep selecting these things. That's all there is to it. Okay, so spotlight, that's good. And then we'll take a look at the Omnilight. Ooh, is that tiny or what? I think that should be good. Oh, this is the old one. No, that's not the old one. What? Models, tools, Omnilight GLB. Yeah, that's good. That's the one. And we'll take that Omnilight, place it right there. There we go. Yeah, so the Omnilight is kind of like go into a dark cave, park your vessel there, turn on the Omnilight, maybe even two on either end, and it will just illuminate like the whole cave, or at least like a decent radius of it. Um, and that's so that you can like do some mining of your own, and you don't do it in the dark. So particular application for it. Hey, 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 kids. Excuse me. Um, Numa vessel. So that should be good. I think everything should be pinnable now. We don't have camera controls still. Attach to. Okay. Where's the other one? 1, 2, 3. I think one of them is too far back. Oh, yes. Okay, that's fine. So that's attachment 2 and attachment 4, I believe. Just gonna bring them out here. Yep. That should be good. Was watching Succession. Remember, it might be streaming. I don't want to interrupt your other entertainment, though. Sure appreciate that you choose me over the series, I suppose. 3. Oh, that's 3. Okay, so 2 is gonna be this one. Okay, we can kind of see it. We could probably push it forward a little bit more. And then this one is gonna be 4. Yeah, we could definitely push it a bit forward. And just a touch down, because I saw a bit of clipping. Cool. All right. Mm. Okay. Yeah, that works. Okay, so what's next? So we can take this off the list. Done. Can I put a color here? No? Nah. Okay. All right, let's put this over here. Okay, so make vessels tool smaller is good. New vessel design. Let's do this. Resource collection pooling tool and resource auto pooler. So that's going to lead us into collecting the actual resources that we mine. I believe I have a resource that I made. Hold on a sec. Minables. Generic mineable cluster. Metal. There we go. Okay, this is what we actually collect. Okay, so let's do resource group. Although this is more like a mineral, right? Mineral group. Um, cool. I'm gonna copy this as a size reference. Perfect. All right, so we need first we need some sort of a object that is gonna allow us to collect a resource. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of half tempted to just make a gravity gun from Half-Life 2. RY90. Okay, now we could rig this thing, but I think that might be an overkill. Let's do auto smooth and also auto smooth. Let's parent it, and then when we do local axis, like this. If we rotated local individual origins, we can like do it like this. Okay. Nice. We're gonna make it nice and stubby. This is supposed to be, of course, like magnetic. This is only for looks. Maybe 3? Let's make it 3 instead of however many there's supposed to be right now. Let's do those hands. Okay. We're gonna duplicate. Rotate around the 3D cursor, R, 360 divided by 3, 120. And then duplicate, R, 120. There we go. How dare you call your own content entertainment? Don't you know it's edumacation? Alright. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Dang it. Okay. So I want to find that has something that has even spacing, but I suppose not. Actually, hold on a sec. How much is this? 5.8. So if we do 45, then take that divided by 2, then take that divided by 2, and then take that divided by 4. Nope. Okay. I think it's like 360 divided by 32, and then that's going to get divided by 2. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then we can do this whole thing. Let's do individual faces. We're going to scale them down across individual origins without proportional editing. And then scale that in, scale it down. There we go. Yeah, that's going to be fine. All right. Oh God, we got to save this. Assets, models, tools. What is it? Mineral hole tool. Cool. Today's the deadline for the Game Jam game. Ooh. Yeah, good luck with that. Nice. how it looks. Thank you. It's pretty basic shapes, really. Alright. So, that should be good. I think everything else is already parented to everything that needs to be parented. Arm top, base, arm left, base, and then arm top tip, and this is body. Okay, and what is this? What the? To identify as a coder or artist. Um, Pretty much just all. I mean, you know by this point in life that anything that's like do like A or B question, it's too black and white. Everything is vectors. Oh, bottom right base, bottom right. But this is called bottom left tip. Arm left base. Arm left tip, arm right tip, arm right base, arm top tip, arm top base. Nice. Perfect. Cool. Everything gets only applied scale. I think this one can also apply rotation. These guys, I think these guys are fine the way they are. Yes. Alrighty. As a matter of fact, no, not already. They will all have different rotations as a result. So I think what I should do is this. Aha, first issue. There we go. Okay, so we are going to apply rotation, and then in the location of this object, we're going to create an empty. In this particular case, I don't usually empties or use empties too often, but in this particular case, I think it's a must. So arm top axis, and then this being reset to 000, and this being reset to 000, this gets parented to this object, so that the local axes are always going to be in the 0, coordinate. So we can use translation and make it be oriented however we want. So now we take this base. Now we can position it. Even Steven, greetings. All right, that's good. I think we could just leave it like this. Or, actually no, we should be able to just rotate it until it is facing the orientation we want, because it's going to be in local axis. That's what we're going to be using. We should be able to just tell it, at least know what the starting position is. So cursor to selected, no, cursor to world origin, and then then we gotta duplicate this whole thing. So D, R, rotate 120, but we got to do this along the 3D cursor. DR120. There we go. So now these things have little axes to help them. So arm right axis. Arm right base. Arm right tip. There we go. Would you like to review my asset making skills? As someone who doesn't make asset, are you talking about that player plugin? Okay, let's get this exported. Oh, engine, models. Yes, and then this is tools, mineral pool tool. Yes. GLB, Godot. There we go. Talking about modeling. Okay, gotcha. I mean, post it to Discord. We'll take a look at it. All right. Now we have a project that we use to create. Whatchamacallit it? Oh, geez. Substance textures. No. Sprites, UI. UI item icons. That's what we want. I'm going to use a multi-brush, see how that works out. We want, which one? 3 brushes, and then no mirroring. No straight line tools with multi-brushes. Huh. I see how it is. Oh, and my... What the? My pen tablet's not working. Is that how we're gonna do today? Human device disconnect. I'm looking through it right now. What are you talking about? Okay, hold on a sec. Disconnect, reconnect. Okay, hold on a sec. Oh, okay. Device tag, no. Okay, this is actually kind of nuts. I guess we're not using the tablet for now. I'm not going to get into the debugging. And I need to double check something. Cool. Okay. So no tablet for today. Also, one of my clients is giving me trouble now. How hard is it to just pay the invoice on time? How flipping hard is it? All right? I teach three of your kids. Three of your kids, okay? Just pay the invoice within the first week and we'll be good. But no, we gotta wait until the end of the month. I'm gonna go on the rant. The tablet's not working, so okay. We weren't able to hear you. Yeah, no. I wasn't talking at the time. I was just checking for something. It's this lady, man. She's got three kids. I teach all of them. And she can't be bothered to like pay the invoice on time. Drives me nuts, man. I have to like go begging for it. So you know what I did? I put into my invoice a clause as of last month um, that late invoices are subject to a $15 fee. And now she's like, "Oh, I wasn't informed." What are you talking about? You weren't. It was in the last week's invoice, and we're now on this month's invoice. Excuse me. Okay. Informed my ass, man. Open up the invoices and read. It's not difficult. I can't do I can't do a goddamn triangle here. Hey, there we go. That'll do. Perfect. Let's grow this by I guess we don't need the center though. Sure. I hope she's watching. I hope she's watching too. Don't know how frustrating she's being. It's not difficult. Okay. Just gonna do this, and then grab this, fill that in, and now we have an icon. Polar. Tell the kids to. I don't want to involve kids in this. Like, it's not the kid's job to, tell their mom that she's not paying the invoice. And it's one of those cases where it's like, if the kid is late and I send a message, immediate response, just right away. Oh no, can't be skipping classes. No, 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 I'm paying fair money for it. Well, not yet. You are. You're not paying me money yet. Please do. But as soon as I inquire about the late invoice, suddenly I can't get a response. Oh, I'm a busy businesswoman. So I did one better. I sent a message to her husband. All right, you have a family feud. I need to get paid for my work. That's going to be an awkward discussion. Okay, so this is good. Export PNG. Camera for. Oh yeah, I probably tapped it. Ugh. One sec. Hello? Yes? No? Oh, for God's sakes. Don't do this to me now. Okay. Cool. Let's get engine, sprites, UI. That's not the right engine, is it? UI, inventory items, and this is pool tool. Nice. Okay. So, where do we go with defining these items? The new mouse is pretty good. Of course, you know, it's not something you get used to immediately. I already use a mouse like this for music writing. It's on my station downstairs because there's already limited space. Then you get the nice little ball, and you got your sensor and the little rollers. I feel like I'm back in the 90s. I have to open this thing up once every month to clean the rollers. Good times, man. Good times. But yeah, I like it. It works. In the games, I have to increase the sensitivity. In the ones that I'm working on, that is. I don't actually play games with this mouse, but I like it. Okay, so can we get this tool defined? So we have the vessel. Cool. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is a wrench. Sent the pic on Discord. Gotcha. I'm gonna have to take it out, take a look at it after the streams though, because you know, streams is working time. Name wrench. This is puller, I suppose we're gonna call it. Type tool. And then the icon is I think we got a background in here. Nope, no background. Oh, that's a JPEG file. Dang it. Excuse me. There we go. What game are you playing? I don't play games with this mouse. I think I just grabbed the other one for any sort of gaming. But the only stuff I have installed here is CS 1.6 with ZBots, and not the new shitty updated version. It's Valve had done a good deed, and of course, no good deed goes unpunished. The new update they pushed had broken all the bots and all the mods, and I'm like, I don't want to play with people. I just want to play by myself. I want to dominate the mods, not be dominated by some 12-year-old that spends 6 hours a day playing games. All right, play games to feel good. What do we got here? Tool scene. Now we don't have a tool scene for this yet. What is a tool looking like? Mining laser. It's just a spatial node, and it has a script, and that script is, what script is this? It's whatever script for the tool that inherits from the base tool script. Okay, cool. So let's make a new one. 3D scene. Okay, this is a pull tool. I guess we can just pull tool. Drill boy. Pointing to the negative Y. Let's attach the script. I'll just attach it and replace the top line. That's fine. Tools. There we go. Create. Replace this. Nice. Okay. Two. This is a special type of mouse called the trackball mouse, which is the ball is actually on the top. With the old mice, you had the ball on the bottom, which acted as the laser replacement before the laser mice came around, because the laser mouse literally has a teeny tiny camera that's like 64 by 64 pixels resolution, and it just kind of tracks which way the mouse is going by comparing the previous and the next frame. Curiously enough, literally just a camera. Um, the funny thing is that the trackball mouse here also uses the same concept, so it's literally just a laser on the other side. But the old ones, yeah, the old ones had the ball on the bottom. It'd get all gunked up, and you had to use little pads of alcohol and Q-tips to clean them up. I like this mouse, this type of mouse. It's handy. Okay, tools, pull tool. So that's a script. I need to save a scene. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. So if we take a look at the base rotation, you can see that it is nice and locally aligned. All right. And rotation of the part of the local transforms in radians. So this is interesting. This transform is in local axis. Rotation edit mode Euler. Rotation order top level. Beautiful. Oh, wow, that's cool. You can even pick bases. That is interesting. Yep, so we should be able to just, do this and then do that effectively. Okay. I believe it should be equipable right away. Lint and grime collector. What's happening here? Tool scene, right. Pool tool. So here's what I'm considering here with these all these elements. I'm thinking of giving the player his own mining tool and giving the player the ability to collect tools. Let's say if they're playing in VR, I want to give the VR players also, let's say, an ability to play the game without having to use the joysticks. So there's no point in just putting in VR without really maybe leaning into what makes VR great. So attach. Nice. Yeah, that's looking good. That's curious. Okay, that goes away. Maybe it just goes away really quickly. Oh, I suppose it does. Nice. Beautiful. Alright. Now, we need to make this tool actually detect if there is something to be collected. So, we are going to make this tool detect if there's something in front that we can collect. We have a pool tool object. We're going to give it an area. Area shape. Okay, now this shape, do we have a cone? Height map shape 3D. That's interesting. I think if we have a cylinder, can we make a cone out of it? No? Aww, no cone. Okay. Custom solver bias radius. I guess we could create a simple collision shape here and then generate a basic shape. Yeah, let's see. Come on. You know what I'm trying to do. Although, that might be easier. Cool. Alright, so this is collision cone. I think we might want to make that a little bit larger. Okay, that's what we're looking at. Alright, export, pool tool, and then we're gonna take this collision cone. Let's create a simplified convex shape, push it into the area. Okay, it accepts it. There we go. And then we can use this to perform our detections. Nice. And if anything, we just scale it up. Alrighty. So, let's get ourselves body entered and body exited signals. I'll leave that there. Okay. Var near minerals is an array. If body is in group, there's a group that we added the mineral to. There we go. You know, we should call this loose mineral group, because I'm sure we'll be able to find other types of minerals. Like, we shouldn't just be able to fly past a field and gather a bunch of stuff lying around. Loose mineral group. So that's the mineral group that we are looking at. We do append body. If near minerals has the body not, then we add it. Okay. And then here, when it leaves, if it's in, then we erase. And erase works by value, if I remember correctly. Yep. Nice. Okay, so now in the process function, we need to make it open up and close the jaws based on whether or not the minerals, there's any minerals present. So pool tool, what do we got to do here? Do. Hmm. Do these have the same relative angle? If they do, we just need to figure out the one. So y is, let's see, top. Okay, so negative 24, negative 12, positive 12, or positive 12. Why is this one negative 24 then? Wait, where's the axis? There's an axis there. Oh, it's parented to the wrong one. It didn't adjust the parenting. Dang it. How much longer? Dude, this goes as long as it needs to go to get the job done. Parent. Okay, so we wanna keep transform. Maybe keep transform without inverse. Yes. And then this one, same thing. There we go. So negative 24. That's what we want. Let's go ahead and export. There we go. You don't mind checking out the pics? Yeah, we'll check it out after the stream. They're not going anywhere. Okay, now we got the axis. What is this? Do we have another axis there? We do have another axis there. There we go. Okay, so now negative 24, negative 24. Beautiful. Nice. And then these ones should also all be the same. Negative 121, 121, 121. Nice. Okay, so what should this be? We're all working with the y-axis. So we're going to go here. We're going to talk to arm top base translation, or I guess just rotation degrees would be the local. Y smoothly transition to one of two values. So it's either negative 124 or negative 24 if array is empty, else what should we translate it to? 49 minus, I'm going to take the rotation divided by 5. That should be good. Okay, what about the other one? Tip tip. Okay, so negative 121 is the default. Negative 33. So negative 121, 133. Or is it negative 33? Yeah. Alright, and this should basically propagate to all three of them. Ah. Alrighty. That should do it. BEA. Beautiful. Yes. We just need to have some mineable thing in the level. Might be good to place some. I really need to do something about the look though. All right. Okay. All right, well, it's open. Now if we go here, it's closed. I can already hear the gravity gun buzz, hum. There we go. Okay, it's got to be kind of close. Might want to increase. Can you instance the same arm? If I have two of them. If I instance it again, it just gets replaced. So we are tracking, you know, if you want to have four of them, you gotta make sure um, you gotta make sure you do your crafting and make four of them. Spend the resources. Okay, now it's gonna need to have activated and deactivated operation. So activated. If activated is true, what does it do? So if activated, if activated, then I think the first thing that was in the array should be pulled, right? And the limitation of the pull arm is that it pulls one resource at a time. So how does append work? Does append at the end? Beautiful. So that means we can just focus on pulling the very first thing in the list. Let's go ahead and scale this thing up a little bit. I think we can actually just scale it this way. I think that should be fine. Nice. Okay, now where are we going to pull it? We're going to pull it towards the tip. Let's do node 3D. Okay, so this is going to be pull origin. Or let's do pull towards origin. And we know that it's a physics object, so we're going to say if it's activated, if the size of this is more than 0, then we're going to talk to the very first item in this list, and then apply central force, I think, is what we need. We know that minerals need to be an array of rigid body. Is that still what it's called? Hold on. Yeah, rigid body 3D. So we should be able to now... No? Still no suggestions? Alright, you shithead. Whatever you say. Oh yeah, and I still can't... This is Godot 4. I still can't click once to open the documentation. So whatever's in Godot 3, the same issue is in Godot 4. It's got to be my computer. There's no way it's an issue. Only kinematic body was changed to character. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so let's apply impulse. We could try adding to the linear velocity. Let's add to it We need to get the direction from this object to the center. Global position, direction to, pull towards origin, global position. Yes. All right, well, let's see if that results in anything. I'm going to place some minerals into the world so we don't have to keep mining them. It's going to take forever. All right, so this is going to be metal. I forgot, what is the name of the generic resource that we decided for metal? I think Steven suggested something cool, or someone else did. But it wasn't metal. It was like some fancy pants, like generic ubiquitous material. And I totally forgot what it was, and I didn't write it down. Hey. So yeah. If you guys still remember, let me know what the name is. I think it was a very fitting name. Alright. Okay, so we do this. Okay. We have a failure. Identifier not found in array. Okay. It's supposed to be like this. Maybe it was not non-metal. It was some fancy pants name. Okay. Okay, so it's there. And then if we activate it, hey, there we go. It's pushing into us, but that's a simple enough feature. We just need to reduce the mass to a fraction of that, what the vessel is. Let's do the mass of the vessel would be 10. Alloy, ingot, mineral. That's not really like a type. Like in Subnautica, you have the thing called titanium, right? And then you have the copper and all that good jazz. I'm looking for a name like that. Okay, by increasing the weight of our ship, we have also increased its how tough it takes to get it to move. Okay. But that's fine. We'll keep that in mind. Let's reuse Ikiki this thing. I'm not talking about just any random metal name. I'm talking about specifically the one that was suggested in one of the previous streams. The folks that were there should remember it. Okay, there we go. Nice. Yep. It's kind of interesting that it hits it. It's in my mind. I can't remember. Yeah, you and me both. Pool tool. We have an area, so let's do collection area. Let's get a shape. Collision shape. And this is going to be right here. Strontium. Ah. All right, perfect. So let's get this this body entered, body exited. Actually, we don't need the body exited. That's not relevant. Discard. Okay, so if whatever has entered is a loose mineral group, a member of the loose mineral group, we queue free. And for now, we just queue free. We're gonna give the thing the ability to deposit it afterwards. So I think we still have a task of creating a proper inventory for this game, because the inventory that we have here, we're not going to count this as an actual inventory. We're gonna count this as a tool roster of the ship. So you won't be able to find your whatchamacalls it. You won't be able to find your item list here. The resources are going to be listed maybe somewhere, like on the right, for example. These are your tools, and you can only see tools here. And the reason being is because, judging by how much work it was to create this fully three-dimensional interface, I think it's just going to be too much work to also extend that to the player, to other vessels, to chests and containers and all that stuff. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a secondary inventory that is basically rendered to a viewport and then displayed as a texture. And we're just going to work with that. That's going to be what is on every single container, including the player. Iridium. Maybe. Okay. Cool. All right. I think this works. Also, I need to make the look around buttons actually do something. Look up. Look down. Look left. Look right. And then currently it doesn't work. Zirconium. Ruler of everything. Yeah, let's not make unnecessary references. As long as I don't call it Chinesium, I think that should be good. Okay. Did you not grab it? There we go. Nice. Now I do want the jaws to kind of close. Go play an animation. Oh. Come on now. Nice. Ah, that's awesome. Let's make an animation of the jaws closing. So we can give it an animation player. And then we're going to make a new animation called grab. All right. You know what? Maybe we should... Nah. If we animate this in Blender, we're going to have to rig it. So I guess we'll just work with it here. That's fine. Although I'm pretty sure that we want to be in the open state. So it's not the exact number if I remember correctly. But that should be just fine. All right. Perfect. Rotation. 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 Cool. Now we're gonna set up the next iteration. Okay, we need to be in local axis. We can't make a record of the frames here. Isn't there a shortcut? Isn't there a shortcut that we can use to place a keyframe? Yeah. Okay. "2D bones" have a little shortcut here to place a keyframe. Okay, this is definitely something they should add. Being able to place keyframes from multiple selected objects. Yeah, this is gonna have to be snappy. Alright, the code will kick in afterwards and return the animation back to where it should be. We're gonna tell animation player to play the grab. Okay. Do object keyframes not work in Godot? Explain, please. We are using object keyframes. There's no rig on this thing. Okay. So we go down, and then there we go. And then you can see that it returns back to the original. Nice. Come on. Hey. Alright. We need to increase the forces, because we increased the mass of the vessel, so now it takes more force to actually move it. We increased it by 10, so thrust speed would have to be, I believe, 2, and then I don't think we have rotation speed. Oh, excuse me, that's player. Rotation speed. Okay, so max speed and rotation speed. So if we increase it by 10, I think we gotta increase it by 10 here. Although I don't think it's gonna be a 1-to-1 type increment. Okay, right, so rotation looks good. Thrust, nice. Oh man, this is just awesome in VR. Okay. Now, so why don't we do this? Um, we have the camera look up, down, left, and right. Submit it. Nice. Congratulations. Good luck. We have the way to look up, down when we're not in the ship, which I have currently no way of actually exiting the ship. Let's free look, jump button, exit vessel. Let's assign it to like this key. Oh, no, not mouse button. Device, key, oh, T. There we go. Wait, hold on, that's letter T though. And I just removed the other one that was there. Oh, interesting. This key, it doesn't actually do anything. It doesn't get recognized. That's a little weird. Okay. Right, so we have the ability to look around when we hold the Z key with the mouse. But if you're playing with the joystick, then how do we look around then? I believe it's supposed to be just this. Just found the stream. Thank you. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. We are making progress. What do we got? We got look up, look down. Where is it? It's free look, isn't it? Yeah, look up, down, left, right. These buttons are properly mapped, right? Look up. Yes, that's ID 11. Okay, now I gotta be careful, because... Okay, this is a problem. When we delete one button, it deletes all of them. That's not good. We need to fix that. Let's go up to the pause menu, and we have delete action mapping. Okay, so delete. Interesting. We have a piece of code that saves and prints everything also. Okay. Let's comment this out. When we do delete mapping, it tells us. Maybe it's because it doesn't actually create the mapping of the same kind. Let me double check something. So we have lookup. So let's say lookup is U. I delete this one, close, open. Okay, you see that, right? That's not right. Okay. So we added I, for example. Okay. Close, open. I still here. Delete I. Close, open. That's good. Let's do I again. Close, open. Index 11. Close, open. Okay. I see. That is wild. Let's do this. So I delete input. Oh, it says input event joy button. Delete lookup input event key. Okay, hold on. What are we printing here? Action has event. Action to map. Event to delete. Button index. Action entry map. Fascinating. Maybe it's because it positions the map first. Okay, so we get the events, we get the event list. Let's get rid of oxygen depletion code because that's not really helpful. Okay. So we print the event list. Let's run it again. Let's analyze what's happening. Okay, so we're doing lookup I. Also, is it me or did it not save the mapping from the previous run? Look up. Yeah, it did. Okay. So, now what the hell is all this? Okay, I think that's just one time. Delete this. Okay. So this is giving us an array which contains two inputs. Input joy button, which makes sense. That was the first one. Key 11. And then input event key. So there's a comma right there. So this is the next event. Delete lookup button, input event key. That is correct. And yet, okay. So what if I do I right now and then do this? It still says lookup button, input event key. Fascinating. Okay, so what if we do this? We do up and we do L and we delete the first one. So 11 and L are remaining. Now it's just 11. Okay. Let's try this. I and then L. And I'm gonna IL. So they're still listed in the same order we've added them. Close, reopen. This is wild. Okay. IL. We delete this one, but it still says input event key. Okay, so maybe it's whatever we're receiving that is incorrect. Strange, strange stuff. Action to map. Delete action mapping. Okay. So you organize your own game jam, playing doing it again. I gotta say, when I organized the first game jam, the submissions were kind of lackluster. I didn't find a lot of worthwhile submissions. The top ones that won, at least they put in the effort. But I guess that's kind of expected of any game jams. There's gonna be low efforts in everywhere. But there were probably maybe a little bit too many low effort ones. Maybe. I did try to run the second one this time just for the heck of it, and there were nobody who joined. So the first one I did, there was like a monetary incentive. Uh, it was like a couple of $100 at most, but yeah, people kind of just joined for the money. So I'm like, okay, maybe another time. Maybe when the prizes are more juicy, I suppose. That should be fine. Okay, so we're mapping this whole thing. Action to map. Okay, now this is interesting. Where's action to map coming from? If action to map, action name is not null, I guess that's the destination. We're also sending action entry to map. And then mapping button. Okay, but how does this tell us? Mappings? Oh, hold on. action entry to map, we get the mappings element, and then the button gets added as a child. And then I think we use the index of that button to determine which action to remove. But the problem is that action entry to map gets the children, but we didn't put the button directly into action entry to map. We put it into this mapping subnode. So that's what we got to be scanning. We do this, then we get the children, then we find the button, then that tells us the button index. Okay. All right, so look up L, yes, K, L, yes, K deleted, L deleted. Cool. All right, nice. So that works. Now I need to figure out what's happening with the whole like view setting. I think, you see, when we're using a keyboard and mouse, we can just use the mouse to look around. But when I let go of the key, that simply kind of sets it back to the middle. So the problem is that when I'm using the joystick, we're not holding the button. So either I just let the players look around freely, or I figure out some sort of a system to use both. Because the thing is, when you're playing with a mouse, you don't have a secondary joystick to look around. This is quite literally how you look around. And then if you hold Z, you can look like this. So, okay, now with the joystick, you're looking like this. I guess I could technically say you gotta hold Z to look around. Or hold whatever key, like if you have some sort of a key here to look around, that would help. And then what do you use? So use joystick to look around? So I need to negate the use of the Z key if this key is being used. I guess... Huh. Maybe we can go from the other end. And let's say... up, down, left, right. Okay. I'm gonna try something. Let's comment out the code that returns the camera back to 0. Okay, now we're probably doing this in the input event somewhere. Yep. If the free look is pressed, it looks around, and then what? Angular velocity. Right. This moves the camera. Where do we move it to the center, though? Clamping? Rotation. Okay, there's 2 matches of it. And then when we're not holding, this is where we're returning it to 0. Alright. Time to go to bed. Sounds good, man. Appreciate the company. Alright, so... look around. Let go of Z. It doesn't return. Okay. We could have a reset button. So if we press Z twice, it resets it. Or I guess we could just have like a dedicated view reset button. Because that's what we had on the joystick before we added the player. Also, roll right is not working. Probably because I cleared it by accident. Let's see. Jump button, free look button, suit, roll right. Yeah. Probably result of that incorrectly set up rotation code. Okay, so I think view reset is already here. Relook. Look up, look down, that's all here. Look reset. Let's do X. Okay, so look reset button, D-tab button. Oh, we don't need two of them. That should be fine. So look reset button, we could just have one of them. Oh, that's double tap. Hmm. We're not using it here. It was used here. Okay. That's fine. We're going to go to the player right now and figure this thing out. So this is where it just goes to 0, 0. Let's make a custom variable. Camera look left, right, camera look up, down. And this is going to be handled all within the player. Cam look. Okay, and then camera look up, down. Okay. Now, when we press look reset button, we're not actually going to be setting the angle. We're just going to be setting these variables. And we're going to take this code. Okay. And I think we can just handle it here. Rotating and resetting the player camera. Okay, so it is going to go not to 0, 0, but it's going to go to these two values. Now, when we use the camera to look around, which is right here, while we're holding, let's add to the variable left, right, or up, down. Taking a break from game dev, won't be joining the streams. That's fine, man. Gotta take a break to avoid burnout, because that shit sucks. That shit absolutely sucks. Okay, so this clamping, I think we should do it over here, since we're already going to be rotating the player over here. Yes. And then we're not going to be clamping the camera. We're going to be clamping this value as well. So it's left, right, up, down, up, down. The best thing that I find that helps me with recharging my creative batteries from burnout is consuming media. Read, listen to audiobooks in my case, play games that are on the long list of games that I bought but I haven't played yet. Consume new content so that you get new ideas. See you in a few. Sounds good, man. Appreciate the company. Alright. This should allow us to look and reset the view. Let's see. Look around. And big fat nada. Oh, okay. if... Oh, we have to press look reset. Excuse me. That's a reverse now. Nice. And it's a lot smoother now too, because it doesn't it doesn't move the camera itself. It increments, and then we can press the reset button, which doesn't seem to be doing anything. I don't know if we're gonna need this. Free look button. Look reset button. X. Nice. Okay, now let's take a look at this. We enter the ship. Alright, and then if I do Z, I can look around. It doesn't go back to 0, so we can just position the camera and leave it here if we wanted to. And then X resets it. So now we just need to do this control. Up, down, left, right. Now why doesn't that work? Because we haven't programmed it. We used to have it programmed in the vessel, but we're gonna have to strip this out of here. Yeah, okay, so all this stuff needs to go out. UI state. Yeah, I guess copy it. I'll just copy it instead of cutting it out. And then let's go in here. And I suppose we can simply do it right here. So cam angle left, right, camera angle up, down. Nice. And the smooth transitioning should still kick in and should still transfer the camera smoothly. Yes, nice. Okay, now the reset. What's the reset button? I think I want to have a double tap reset, actually. I think that would be good. So again, double tap reset is something that we had here. We are not going to do it here. We're going to do it right here. Okay, we're going to take it out of here. Okay, we don't need this in here either. I'm going to worry about that afterwards. Let's get single button press look reset. And then if double tap is pressed, right. So we need these variables. Var start at 0. Cool. And then we also need the timer. Var starts at 0 as well. And then there's no UI state. Okay. And I think we have a malformed piece of code here too. Get rid of this. Malformed piece of logic. So, okay, we press the button. It's 1. And then I suppose we need to make a record of when we press the button, which we do here. Then we press the button again. It will check if it's now above or equals to 2. Then it will take the current amount of milliseconds that is right now, subtract from it the time that we made a record before. And if it's less than 400 milliseconds, reset, and then reset this whole thing. Regardless. Actually, no, it doesn't seem malformed. Then why does it not always fire? Let's see. Look at reset double tap. I think reset double tap is also look down. So unless we cleared it. Oh yeah, we did. And also double tap is very long. That's why we call it D-tap. Alrighty. Yeah, see, that doesn't really kick in. Process, input is action just pressed. Let's do this. Let's print this guy. Oh, what the heck? Oh, right. Nice. Okay. Okay, it returns back to 0. Why don't we try process? Let's just print what it is all the time. 1, 0. Now, I guess it's not detecting it fast enough. Let me try not resetting it. Oh yeah, if I don't reset it, it's not going to update it. Alright, let's see how quickly it's actually capable of updating that value. No, it's pretty fast. It's not skipping anything. So maybe this is what we have to do. Let's say, you know what? Since we moved it to the player, we can take advantage of a timer. Let's just add a timer node. Okay, so this is look, double, tap, reset, timer. It's a one shot, 0.5 seconds. And then we don't need to set the signal because we're not actually going to be executing anything. We're going to say look at reset. We're going to tell it to start. Okay. And then when we encounter that we have counted at least 2, then if this node is not stopped, okay, I know that it's a thing, don't lie to me, is stopped. Okay, so if it's not stopped, then we have clicked on it fast enough before the timer ran out, and we're going to be clearing it. And then we're going to tell this timer stop. And then we don't need this. Of course, we do need to reset it back to 0. Well, somehow it's even less responsive. If it reached 2, if the timer is not stopped, reset, stop it. Oh, but it starts the timer again. Okay. Actually, hold on a sec. We add +1. What if we do this? Let's give it 0.3 seconds. Set a timer timeout signal. And in the signal, it's going to set this to 0. Okay. So basically, we click, we add +1. When it's above 2, if it is not stopped, we reset. We don't need to stop it. We don't need to reset it to 0. We just need to start it. And it's a one-time timer anyways. So we'll stop itself. Okay. All right. Cool. It's pretty good. And then of course we can also just use a button to reset the view. Which button did I assign? I don't think I assigned any buttons. Look reset button. X or index 2. What the heck is an index 2? Oh, this button. Well, that button's not gonna do because it's yeah, it's used to mess around with the menus. So if I do this and back, it resets the camera. Yeah, so that's why we can't have it on this button. But I guess that's our choice. We can set it to whatever button we want. So in this case, I'll set it to this one, just so there is something. Nice. Okay, so that's back in business. Easy. Yeah. Come on. Here we go. All right, perfect. So, is there anything that we can take off the list? Resource collection pooling tool is done. Resource auto pooler. We can probably make it very similarly. Let's say the auto pooler is the same exact assembly, except it's got like a spinny bit. Let's do that. So we're gonna save as mineral auto pool tool. Okay. Separate by selection, GY. Let's make sure that it's scaling across itself. Good morning. What are we modeling? We are modeling mining tools for the Sublunaris project, for the vessel. This is the version of the tool we've already made earlier today, except this one's supposed to be automatic. Do we want to put anything in here? I don't know if I do. The end piece looks really nice. Yeah, it actually worked out pretty well. And it's looking pretty good too. Checker select is numpad. You just hold control numpad plus. I'll show you in a sec. Up. And if I attach this, you can see that it's right there, and it's reacting to when there's something in front of us that can be picked up, and then we can just like use trigger if I can keep the ship in place. There we go. Oh, lost it. Nice. There we go. And they can just pick up those mineral chunks. Beautiful. Yeah. So I'm just making another version of it that is spinning automatically. And yeah, the moment excuse me, the way you do the selection is you click on the top and then click the next one, and then you just control shift and then you can numpad plus in order to select them all around. And it knows the pattern you're doing too, so you can skip 2 if you wanted to. Okay. So, what do we want to do here? We need to get this thing to spin. Okay. Just gonna move this forward. Okay. I think we can do that by putting in like a big old motor at the top. Maybe even rotating it like this, so it's a bit offset. Oh, okay. I'm going to duplicate this, separate selection, because we're going to need that little bit to be separate so we can spin it. I think I want to reduce this whole thing. Because it kind of dominates the entire shape. Let's do this. Okay. Let's cursor to selected. And then we need to lower this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a duplicate there. Lift it right there. Actually, I can just do this same thing, but lift it down here. Cursor to selected. Oh, cursor to selected. And then now I have a pivot across which I can do this thing. So it's a 90 degrees. We're going to reduce the amount of subdivisions. And then I can just rotate it like this. Perfect. The game looks great too. So far so good, I suppose. A lot of work to do. I want to get it to the point where there's something that's actually playable in terms of survival stuff. Because then I can just push it out as early access and get some attention on it. Nice. Alright, so that should be good. And all we have left to do is this. We're going to take these 3 pivots. Pivot! Okay, and we're going to parent this here. So when this thing moves, the whole thing moves. And then this piece right here is technically its own disk. We're going to leave it there so it doesn't clip into anything. Same thing with this. Scale. You know what? All 3 of these need to do that. Okay. Now, here's the deal. This looks good, but I need to take a break. So, I'm going to be back in maybe about 20, 30 minutes. It's already been 2.5, almost 3 hours. So we're going to wrap it up here. And I'm not going to stop the stream. I'm just going to put it on pause. Okay, we don't need that piece. Delete faces, and that's it. Cool, so that's the object we're looking at. We're going to get this exported afterwards. I need to take a break. Be right back. Right. And we're back. So, we got this thing up and running. Well, we got this thing. We didn't get it up and running yet. I'm gonna maybe add like a small addition here. Maybe a shield. Mm-hmm. Cut out this part. Get in here. Cut out that part. Nice. And then I suppose we can give it solidify. Oh, this whole thing is one big mesh. That's not what I want. Alright. I'm gonna apply mesh here, and then we're just gonna do reshade it. Cool. All right, this should do it. All right. Beautiful. So this thing is gonna spin. We'll make sure of it, and then this thing. Nice. Okay. Join this body. What is this? This is head. Interesting how it says head 001. There we go. When the head rotates, the whole thing rotates with it. This motor shaft. And then what do we got here? That's a part of the body. That's a part of the body. Mm-hmm. Collision cone is the same body head. Cool. That's it. So let's export. So this is mineral auto pull tool. Godot export and then save. All right, no texturing is needed. We're just gonna quickly set this up. We have the pull tool. Nice. Let's go ahead and save scene as auto pull tool. I think at some point, maybe through the story experience, we can have the player lose their main ship, and they will be stranded, and they will just get into one of these vessels Um, they won't be able to, well, do anything but traverse it. But I guess we'll see. It will be like a stressful, scripted event, scripted scenario situation. Uh, Now, auto pull tool. This actually makes me think. If this is only the tool interface, if this is only the tool interface, should we not maybe just combine the hotbar and the inventory panel together? Do they have to be separated? Seems like that's fairly pointless at this point. Okay. Let's go in here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't see 5, so I guess that's where we're going to put the other one. 5. Auto puller. Okay, so auto pull tool is simply a replacement of this one. Can we just double check that I still have the pull tool and I'm not about to destroy it? Yes. Nice. Alright, so we go here, get rid of the pull tool. We have the auto pull tool, GLB. Editable children, let's pop it up top. And then we don't need the collision cone because we're just going to reuse the one that was already here. Just going to push it out front just by touch. Nice. And then we need to make this thing spin. So we're gonna make the head. I should probably update these guys first. Come on. Might have to close and reopen the scene maybe so that it would oh, actually, we need to make a duplicate of this. Pull tool. Auto pull tool. That's important. Take the auto pull, apply it to the top node. So now we're working with auto pull tool script. Okay. And it doesn't want to update the paths, unfortunately. Okay. So this is the base. Right. This is going through the head. Everything here should be updated. Okay, so this should work. Now, here's what we're going to do here. If activated is true, and the amount of minerals within the view is more than 0, then what happens? Well, we want to spin around this head. So let's make a variable called head spin speed. Let's do 10. And then here, we're going to talk to head dot rotation degrees. Which axis are we spinning? Z-axis. Okay, so Z plus equals the spin speed times delta. Beautiful. Okay, so head spin speed is going to be 10 if it's activated. Actually, if it's not activated, it's just 0. Let's make it smoothly transition. So it'll speed up and slow down. So first of all, let's do this. So it will be 10 if near minerals is 0, is above 0. Actually, if it is 0, then it's 10. Else, it will be 20, or let's go 40. And we're going to multiply it by if active is true. So it's going to be 0 if active, or 1 if it's active, else 0. Okay, so that's the value we're going to be smoothly transitioning. Now to complete the transitioning formula, we'll go minus spin speed that it is at right now divided by 5. Okay. Whew. So the base speed is 10 if there's nothing within the grasp, or 40 if there is. And it will also be multiplied by 1 if it's active, or 0, so no rotation at all, if it's not. And then we're just going to make it spin. Okay. And I believe the rest is fine as it is. Let's double check here. Grab. Nope. Grab got destroyed. Unfortunately. Man, that kind of sucks. Duplicate transposed. Make easing selection. Maybe. Could we get lucky? Could we go to pull tool and then go to grab? Direction, past, future, one step. That's not what I want. I want this. Copy tracks. All of them. And then we go back here. Paste tracks. Yes. The only thing we gotta do is update the location of this node. Now what do we have here? So this is mineral auto pool. And then it goes to head. Okay, so now we got the connection back. Nope. I guess there was an extra one. Arm right axis. Yes. that's not right. So we got to do this before the axis. Maybe they have a tool called fixed dependencies. If it loses a reference to a material, texture, or some other resource, you can press that button and it will scan the folder structure and locate, if it can, where the resource is located now and reestablish the connection. Maybe they should do the same thing with, let's say, the last node within this path. Just scan it. I'm sure you'll find it. And then it'll just restore it. In the end, I think this solution is just marginally faster than redoing the animation. Nice. Okay. Okay. That's looking good. Also, the animation should be 0.6 units. I had set it in the wrong place, which means this one's wrong as well. Nice. Okay. So, is this it? Collision shape 3D. What have we here? Non-uniformly scaled collision shape node will probably not function as expected. Please make scale uniform, same on all axes, and change the size of its shape resource instead. Yeah, but I can't do that because there's no individual transforms that I can mess around with. I suppose we can just scale this up. Maybe if I don't want it to look goofy, do it like this. Let's reset. Oh, Control A. Reset the location, rotation, scale. Export GLTF, auto pull tool. We might have to repeat the same thing for the other one as well. Whoa. Yeah, sure. Now, we don't necessarily have to do this, but just for peace of mind. Fine. I don't know if that results in badly computed collision shape. We'll see. Simplified convex shape. And then pop that into the area 3D. Yeah, that's fine. At least it's not complaining. Let's go to the pool tool. Get rid of this. Paste it in. Nice. Alrighty. Well, let's test if this actually works. It does not. Oh, tool scene, right. There's no tool in number 0. So I suppose I can just place it there. Nice, okay. Alright, so that's 40 speed. I probably want it to be a little bit stronger. Hey, look at that, the signal worked. Because we duplicated, of course. Except the area needs to be moved. The collection area. Okay, move it over here. And let's adjust the speed. So let's do 10 is okay, but let's do like 100. Okay, it clips a little bit through the ship. Nice. Okay, the auto pull tool is supposed to technically be automatic. Hmm. What if we need to adjust the FOV when we're looking to the side? Or I guess this FOV is okay, but when we're looking front, the FOV has to be adjusted. Because that toolbar is taking up a massive amount of space, I think. Now we can't see anything. Oh, jeez. Also, I need to do something about this particle looking mighty awkward in front of dark objects. I'm thinking that the particle will likely not exist in the vessel anymore. We'll probably either make it part of the player, or we'll make it part of like some global node that follows the player. Let's see here. There's the material. Shading mode's unshaded. That doesn't make sense. Just keep it here. Particle origin. I'm pretty sure this is the GPU particle for... Yeah, that's for the dust and whatnot. Maybe it needs to have translucency, which I'm pretty sure we're not going to see the changes here, because it has to compile the shader, recompile it. Grow, proximity fade, shadows. I don't even see it. 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 Also, right now the auto pull particle kind of, or tool, I should say, is operating in the same exact way that the regular one does. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does recompile it in real time. Okay, fair enough. See, that looks weird. Oh, maybe that's what's happening. Our proximity fade was too small, or too large. That could have been it. Because I figured, why can't we see the particles here in front of us? Okay, so that's the mistake. Now, what's next? So, I guess we don't need a mission then. Okay, so it's still there. Unshaded. That looks interesting. Per pixel. It's got to be mix. Yeah, alpha scissors is not going to work here. So is it the case that we might have to do a little bit of emissive? It's probably not going to work in dark areas. I can tell you that right now. But that looks a lot better though. I can actually see it. Now. Some of these particles zoom past and they almost look like they become too big. Which I think we should fix that. We tried it before, but we should fix that by not using scale. This would be in the particle behavior. So let's go display, scale, set it to just one scale. You see, the way these particles come in and out of existence is because of the curve. Now, right now, they kind of flicker in and out of existence. We want to find a way to make it do the ramp and then go in and out of transparency. If I remember correctly, in the material, there was something that we had to select. There we go. So what do we have here? Vertex colors. Vertex color use as albedo. Huh. Well, I mean, it allowed me to get the particle to scale, to appear and disappear properly, so I suppose that's what we're going to work with. But this means that we now have the ability to go back to scale and set randomness to not be the same size everywhere. There we go. Okay, nice. Oh man, this is awesome. So now we can do stuff like add turbulence. Let's see here. Spawn velocity. Ooh, okay. Man, I just like flying around. This is awesome. Oh yeah, the cube that we're using for aiming is casting a shadow over there. Okay, nice. Save it up. So that's good. Is that something that we can take off the list? Auto puller. The auto puller is supposed to be hmm. The auto puller is just supposed to pull the resources automatically. So we're not supposed to really engage it, quote unquote. I can't open the script. Can't go into the scripts. Can't go anywhere, apparently. Well. Okay. Whoopsie. Alrighty. There we go. So instead of only doing it when it's activated, we're only going to do it when it's enabled. And then when the size is above 0, it's not actually going to. I guess it can just like automatically pull this stuff. Pull the first one. Maybe we can do the first 2, right? So we can do 4 each mineral in near minerals. We're gonna do if we find that this mineral is index of 2 or more. So 0, 1, I guess I can do if it's above 1. Nah, let's do this. 2 or more, then break. So it doesn't do more than 2. And then here, we can now just tell it to go each mineral. Each mineral. That's good. Yes. Like this. Oh, right. We don't need to nest the this line here. Okay, so it's gonna stop after the second one. Cool. And then I think we want the direction 2 to be multiplied by 0.5 so it's not as fast. And I think we may just have to make this shape be an actual like sphere. Oops, not this one, this one. Because it is an auto collector. So that to me makes sense. The cone might be too limiting to only the stuff that we look at. Nice. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Well, it collected everything. I think that the velocity is too strong. Maybe we can do it like this. Let's go to the code, and then we're gonna check if the length is less than, I think, 10, then we're gonna tell it to redirect it. That might not work because if it's hurling across space at 10 or above, but it's not going towards us, that might not necessarily work. Also, 10 might be much. Let's do more like 2. Okay. Let's do more like 1. Jeez. I guess we could clamp it. We could say, go here, but right after we do dot normalized, which we have to reapply. And then it's normalized, which means remove any notion of speed. It's just the direction, and then we're going to multiply by 0.5 to even lessen the speed as of that. I guess we could have just made the direction be normalized. And we still need to reduce the weight of it as well. Oh god. Yeah, normalized is too much. Okay. Nope. Okay. Still too much. Wait. This is the wrong thing. This is the wrong script. We need the auto pull. Okay, each mineral, take its linear velocity, set it to itself but normalized, and 0.5, I suppose, 0.6. Let's see, that should be the correct one. Okay, now I am gonna have to step away, and we're gonna end the stream. Oh yeah, that's not enough. Um, I guess we could just do ×3, and that should be it. Okay, I think that should be good, and yeah, it's way too slow. Let's go 5. I'm sure this would be okay, but I gotta wrap it up here. So we're gonna continue the stream later, probably in an hour or so. But this should be it. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll continue in the next one.